Hi. Okay. I imagine this is going to be locked as well. Yeah, those cameras following you are actually really creepy. Yeah, I was gonna mention that I just noticed that they moved this hatch to the other side as well. I don't think I'm famous. No, I don't. At least I don't think I want to be this kind of famous. Yeah, Zara, I know it's locked. I was, I'm just trying to be thorough. Morning, Arwell. How you doing? I can tell. So it's locked. So let's go get it unlocked. Ah, I was right. We're gonna be able. Yeah. That's cool. Aren't you at work? Well, this is interesting. This is different as well because we weren't able to go back through this pipe once we came out of it. Hmm. Look at that gorgeous sight right there. You have Ghen's dome right beside Ghen's workshop. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this makes it so much easier to tell that the spinning dome is actually inside. Like, it's where the hole is. Unfortunately, the space bar does not work in this game. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure this game would be broken. Is that a JoJo reference? Because I actually have not watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So if that's a JoJo reference, I'm not familiar. I feel like that's easier to tell there's a hidden passage there. Well, maybe not. Maybe I just say that because I already know it's there. Hmm. Is that music? This place didn't normally have music, did it? Look at these rocks. It's a first because I think that's one of the, it means you're like one of the first subscribers. Yeah, I was about to say I don't recognize this track. What is this? What? This sounds like abduction music. Like, legitimately, that's like the vibe I get. A little bit. Whatever it is, it's not powered. Oh, duh, because I need to go change the water. Yeah, okay. I completely forgot how this entire area works because there's something new here. I saw, oh, pretty new thing, and my brain just went out the window. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna have it at a different place, actually. Here, before we go back and change the power, let's go visit Mr. Spinny Dome. Rain, do, flap, flap. That's fun. They use the same type of door to clue you in. There's another one right here. Oh, dude, look at that. That's... Yeah. They did a flap flap. Like this. I need to change the animation speed on that. It happens way too fast. Okay, so now we have access to this dome. Let's go ahead. That's right. I do have to... How do I know which one I actually need to click it on? Okay. I'm loving your enthusiasm, Zara, but I really would appreciate if you wouldn't just outright tell me the answers. Not that telling me purple tells me the answer anyway, because I'm trying not to look at my previous notes. So I don't remember which one exactly is purple anyway. I'm trying to see if there's a clue that tells you which one it is. I know on the original it had like the golden... the golden one was the one that you clicked it on. There is a clue, but it's not here. Okay. The only reason I got the first one purely by chance. I literally, the first click I did on the first one, I got it. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I need to, well, I mean, no, we're not. I was about to say we're really close to the dome. I could just go right back. We're not close to the dome because the freaking bridge collapsed. Yeah. I do like that they changed it to where you can't just spam it anymore. There's another way too. Yep, still locked like normal. Yeah, I'll take blame. I feel bad for whoever the architect was in this age. It's probably one of Ghen's probably one of Ghen's builders. And I'm just fortunate there was no poor soul traveling along this bridge whenever it went down. Such a tease. Gosh. I mean, the bridge was fine until I touched the lever. Then the bridge just went. Okay, so let's go turn the power back to whatever this new contraption is. And see what kind of craziness we're about to get into. So it is the fox's fault. See, I knew it wasn't my fault. Look at the camera just turning slowly toward me. Wait, is it? It's not turning slowly towards me, actually. It's stuck where I went into the... I wonder if it's because I'm not close enough. I wonder if I get close enough, it'll start looking at me again. Huh. Oh yeah, I can already tell. Dude, I can't wait to get to the Tay age and just explore the Tay age more. Like, I think that's what I'm most excited for, is just exploring more of Tay. Because I was so frustrated when I realized you could only be in that one room in the original. I understand that they had limitations, so there literally was no way for them to expand it. But I just, as someone who just wanted to go out and explore and see everything, I was just like, I want to do more than just look out this window. Yes, there are 3. There's Riven itself. There is Tay, which is the Rebel's Age. And then there is... which you get to the Rebel's Age by completing the animal puzzle. And then you... Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. And then you get to Ghen's Age, the 223rd Age, by completing the Fire Marble puzzle. Or at least that's how it was in the original. Like I said, they could have... I'm not sure exactly how different things are now, but... 233rd. Sorry, my bad. Ooh. Oh, it's a water pump. It's pumping the water. This sounds very abduction. Is it just me, or does it sound very abduction? It might just be that timpani, actually. What? Excuse me? Yeah, I know. I just know that abduction also had a very unique sound to the soundtrack. Don't get me wrong, it still sounds Riven, like it still has the Riven feel to it. It also has an abduction feel to it. It's just very Interesting, considering we're also holding a spherical object now. Okay, that sounds very Riven right there. Oh, this is weird. I just walk? I can't just walk on this. Let me walk on this real quick and see where I'm actually going. That almost looks like a color right there. Aha! We have a new elevator! As if Riven didn't have enough elevators. Okay, and then I imagine I roll you into the elevator and then I can take you up? Wait a second, I won't be able to go up with this thing though. Will I? Or is that what this is for? Oh, this is cool. I just heard an E-tram. Wait. Hi, I can see you in there. Trespassing Ghen's laboratory. Hi. Hi. You're free, my little one. Escape. Can I see him actually down there? Oh, you like heard him like jump in the water. Oh, that's cool. And smoked. What is this? Oh, this has to do with the new way, or something to do with the new fire marble puzzle. Okay, that's like rotating. Oh. It's getting faster. We're gonna make this is one of the new bad endings, right? We're about to make this thing go so fast it explodes. My God. These are the finest fire marbles. Indeed. It's a make your own fire marble machine. There's an achievement for if you okay. So we're gonna be here a while, guys. Okay. I won't subject y'all to staring at the fire marble polisher for 15 minutes. I think it's at its fast. I don't think we can make it go any faster. You can see some bullets. Oh yeah, you can. It's true. It's true. I probably would have gotten that achievement without you even telling me anyway. You said his gun's over here? It's next to his journal. Oh, can I not just take it? Why can't I take it? Yeah, we'll come back to his journal in a second. And by the way, yes, Panda Man, he does smoke frogs. We will actually find out when we read that journal. So this is like all the journal does have new information. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. It is for Ghen. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What am I doing? I keep forgetting. I have this. I can just screenshot. You're in here too and really stuck. Do I want to tip about what I missed? I haven't finished. I literally just got in here, so I don't think I'm stuck yet. But if I do need a tip, I will be sure to ask. Fire marble is a power marble. Oh. I don't think they actually had that correlation in the old game, so you literally just had to guess the fire marble was how things were powered. Why do the color symbols have numbers? Because it's the order. I'm assuming we're gonna have to do do them in an order. Yeah. To see the screenshots, you just go to your menu and go to notebook, and then here's your screenshots. And then you can also actually write notes inside of the screenshot. Yeah, for sure. But I'm supposed to write it down. It's the done thing. Science evolving with the times. They're letting us write things in game now, and this will be much easier for y'all as the audience to keep track of as well with me than me having a webcam showing my hastily scribbled notes that y'all can't even read because I can barely read my own handwriting. Oh yeah, no, this menu looks so much better. So obviously we have to do the colors in a certain order now. And actually, let me go ahead and solve these numbers real quick before we go any further. So we have here, I don't know these colors, so we're just gonna do this until I know the colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Member Zara, I appreciate the enthusiasm. I would appreciate no spoilers, please. Myst Remake look like babies. First plus. I mean, hey, I think we were discussing earlier. They used abduction and they used firmament, which I haven't played yet, and they used the Myst Remake to experiment and see what works and what doesn't. And we can see that they have extremely polished what works and took out what doesn't work. So, okay, so let's see here. Hold on, let me go back to my numbers real quick. Okay, so we have, this is going to be 8. This one is 6. This one is 2. This looks like 11. And then that is 15. Dude, if they do a remake for Myst 3, did they just remake Myst 3? I don't think they would need to remake Myst 4. I think Myst 4 is still pretty modern comparatively. But Amaterasu? That's an interesting name. I haven't played Mystery, by the way, so make sure I haven't played any more of the Myst games. I haven't played 3, 4, 5, or Uru. 8, 6, 2, 11, 15. Okay. I just realized this says minus, minus, plus, plus, plus. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Minus. Whoops. Oh, come on. Plus. 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 I heard that I feel like I heard like there was a statement from Cyan that apparently they are going to be working on a brand new Myst game in the franchise. I don't know if it's going to continue from any of the current games or if it's going to be just a kind of a standalone game or whatever. I have no idea, Panda. I haven't done that much in Myst 3. I barely remember it. And wait, Uru has the fan run free multiplayer compatible version. I think Parker, who's not here right now because he had to go to work. I think Parker told me about that whenever I was playing Abduction. Yeah, I know Myst 5 is called End of Ages. The counterintuitive aspect of fire marbles. That's a greater strike force does not always yield the maximum energy output. Never ceases to amaze me. Optimal strike force base value. Of course, he scribbled it out. Maybe he hasn't found it yet. Maybe that's why he scribbled it out. Oh, you recommend doing Uru before Myst 5, actually? Okay. I'm not sure. Literally, the only thing like I remember from 3 is that there is in fact a roller coaster and that someone burst into flames at the very beginning. That's all I remember. So, interesting. Like a garbage chute. Wait, the antagonist of Myst 3 is played by the actor who played Wormtongue in Harry Potter? That's kind of cool. Oh, hi, Lotus Flowers. Butterflies. I completely forgot to be checking for this. Oh, okay. Those little objects to fiddle with. Oh, interesting. This is the... Wait, would this be the one that's missing? I think this would be the one that's missing, right? Myst 5 wasn't supposed to be entirely part of Uru. Cyan released all of Myst 5 assets. Open Uru devs are adding it to Myst Online. Interesting. Last week, one of my acolytes caught a rebel sniffing around the cemetery totem in the jungle. I'm keeping with the general... In keeping with general ineptitude of my men, the dog was allowed to escape, but at least the fool had the presence of mind to bring me the object in question. It is a primitive eyepiece into which one of the native members had been or primitive native numbers have been set, given the fact that their accursed number system requires you to know which way a symbol has been rotated in order to read it. However, there is no way to make sense of it. It is probably an overestimation of the moiety's intelligence to suspect that there may be some great meaning behind it, but tomorrow I shall send a surveyor out to inspect the other totems just to be safe. Yeah, absolutely, Neurovac. I was, dude, replaying through Riven 15 years later has given me renewed love for this game, and I'm so happy the remake has come out. Okay, so if that would be up, it would be facing... It would be 5. Okay. So the Pelican Seal is 5. Which would be the dagger. He also called it the cemetery, so I'll do... Come on. Let me type. Thank you. Cemetery. I misspelled that, I know. It works. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and then this is where he's over here making all the books. This goes out to the front, right? Oh, there we go. Oh, look at the eye adjustment. It like looks darker on the outside, and as you come out, the eyes adjust to the brightness outside. And then I'm assuming this goes out back to the other... Yes. Okay. Okay, I've been putting this off for as long as I can in here because I'm really scared to read these books basically. Ghen made Riven right. He didn't find it. I am actually uncertain. I initially was under the impression that he actually made the ages. I know Atrus, as Atrus says in his journal when we first read it, Atrus never presumes to actually create the ages. He just finds them and is a traveler to him. So I'm not sure if Ghen just thinks he's creating the ages or if he actually is creating the ages. Ghen has a misconception. Okay. This is a whole philosophical thing with Dunny. Okay, here we go. We're about to get into a philosophical lesson. Some Dunny believe that writing the descriptive books is actually writing and creating the ages, aka Ghen. Ghen falls into this this category. And I'm assuming Atrus falls into the other category where the Dunny believe or the Dunny realize they're not creating, they are just travelers to that age. Which actually then brings to my mind, so we know that Riven is unstable. I mean, we've been seeing all of the crazy destruction and things falling apart and the tremors. And we know because Atrus says that Ghen's economy of words has basically made the age unstable. So if you go to an existing age, but then you link to it in a bad manner like Ghen does, where the writing you do doesn't represent the age well enough, that causes the age itself to become unstable. Other Dunny believe that the ages already exist within the vast infinite possibilities that exist, and writing the ages simply creates a connection to a specific possibility that already exists. As such, there is the question whether alterations to the descriptive book is actually changing the age or is connecting to a slightly different ages that are close enough to the same. Yeah, I actually was questioning that myself because as we remember back in Myst, we know Atrus linked to the stone ship age before the ship was there, and then he retroactively added the ship in, but the people, most notably, I think his name was Emmett, and his friends, Emmett, Will, and Branch, I think their names were, who were living on the stone ship age, were actually surprised of the ship being there. So it's like the same age, but he added things to it. Question whether creation would also create the world's history. That's the big question, isn't it? Did Ghen create Riven, or did he simply create the door? And I'm assuming there's no solid answer. I'm assuming that's literally just left up to interpretation and what you yourself believe. Interesting. Okay, let's get into this. And bear with me, I apologize. I am horrible at reading cursive. I struggled so hard with these books in the original Riven. They look a little bit better, but at the same time, I'm already getting a headache, so. The biggest evidence that the worlds are not created ever is Earth itself. A bit of a story to explain that. I don't believe there's any canonical answer, just like how there's no canonical answer on whether God is real in our world. Atrus has the easiest read. Yeah, I am dreading Catherine's journal. That was the one I struggled the worst with. I am dreading that journal. Okay, here we go. I have been cataloging the natural elements of this age for many years now, yet I still continue to find evidence of the number 5. This is new. I don't remember this from Ghen's journal. As a boy, it was very clear to me that it held a place of special significance in the Dunny society. From the ancient heraldic emblems of the ruling elite to the humble homes of the commoners, it was ubiquitous. Its presence here is clearly a direct reflection to the minds that authored the text I used to complete this age. Further proof that through their art, the Dunny masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely forging links to pre-existing worlds. While all my ages here... While all my ages have been based on Dunny design, I see now that the ones most vested with the power of 5 are also the most beautiful, the most perfect, and undoubtedly the most structurally sound. Okay, Ghen. Okay, you call Riven structurally sound? Okay. The Dunny are from deep under New Mech. That might have been a spoiler. I didn't know that. I did not realize that. The Dunny had their own world. They moved to ours and lived underground for centuries. Yeah, I just realized that. Ghen literally copies the text from other books and just throws them together. Huh. I still have yet to determine how the Dunny color symbology reflects this superior design principle. While ordinarily a 6-color system, I am convinced that there must be some deeper connection to the number 5. I will continue to investigate. Gardernay. Well, that's a cool name. The Etram traps have been particularly fruitful this year. Apparently, the breakup of the islands has not adversely affected the subterranean ecosystems. Unfortunately, I imagine the rebels are also experiencing a generous harvest. No shortage of poison for their darts this season. Such vexing issue aside, this unexpected windfall has allowed me to refine a particularly pleasant extract for my pipe. One that is smoother than any other in recent memory. So there you go, Panda. There's the proof that Ghen does indeed smoke the E-trams or the frogs. I have reluctantly decided to suspend my inquiries into the unnatural behavior of the water of this age, as there are more pressing matters that now demand my attention. For future reference, however, my investigations have revealed the following. I believe the remarkable properties of the water to be caused by a microbe that resides within it. I'm imagining a Yeah, again, just copies and pastes worlds together. Exactly. Caused by a microbe that resides in it. I'm imagining something unicellular organism, but one with a structure that allows it to manipulate bits of water. The aggregate effect of which is that the composite body of water is able to deform itself in response to threatening conditions, aka heat. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat. No, it does tell me. A period of extended boiling, for example, seems to kill them off, which would explain their dramatic aversion to even moderate rise in temperature. There is still much to learn, however, regarding this particular phenomenon and its possible uses. Construction of the images has proceeded without fault. Before we continue, I just want to bring something. I just want to say something that's on my mind before it gets replaced by something else I'm sure is about to come up. What's interesting is we already know we're going to have to somehow manipulate heat to use the submarine in this version of Riven. And I think it's great. I think it's amazing that they're incorporating that, because I remember in the original, I don't think we really ever manipulated water except for the map, which you could get away without even realizing you were manipulating water on that. If you didn't realize what you were doing, because all you had to do is press a button and then go behind you and then use the thing to figure out where the domes were. So I think it's cool that they're actually utilizing heat versus the water as a mechanism for part of a puzzle in this remake, and actually utilizing that part of the lore in the world. I love that. Anyway, construction of the imagers has proceeded without fault. Remarkable how easy it was to adapt the Dunning technology to mimic that of the Ahmad, A-M-A-D. The two cultures must surely have crossed paths at some point in their histories. It may even be that Keda was a direct descendant of the Dunning. Keda being... is that his wife? Is that Ghen's wife? How else to explain the redemptive death of their own connection? But that's all that's all pointless now. Keda is Ghen's late wife. Yes. Okay. Awesome. And then here's, like, it's showing the imager that we saw in the schoolhouse. Maintenance on the steam vent caps completed. I am extremely pleased with the continued success of the system. Another example of the superiority of Dunning technology. Ironic that Atrus and Catherine's meddling unwillingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. I am certain now that the fissure was an unexpected byproduct of the changes they wrote into this age as part of their machinations to trap me here, and that Atrus never intended for the book to be lost among the stars in the process. Better that a linking book be destroyed than to risk it falling into unknown hands. No, actually, in fact, Atrus has the exact opposite. He would rather risk losing the book for eternity than to destroy the precious link to a world that may never be found again. Had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they surely would have sought another solution, as the ensuring cataclysm may well have consumed the entire world had I not managed to intervene. Catherine would never have knowingly taken such a risk, and surely my son given his own like deterrence of violence, had only meant for Riven to become my prison, not my tomb. His age is falling apart because of it, yes. Ghen is a horrible writer, and because of that, Riven is falling apart. I am discontinuing regular observations of the expanse beneath the fissure. I have tracked these stars and have proven that their paths are cyclical, but without proper instrumentation, there is nothing more I can glean. My theory, however, remains unaltered. The fabric of this age was breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between two discrete yet overlapping spaces. Yet the paradoxes defy the laws of conventional physics. The great column of wind that formed when the rift first appeared suggests that a vacuum, as one might expect in space, yet my early experiments seem to confirm the presence of breathable atmosphere. That Atrus momentarily threw himself into the void is further evidence that it might possibly be safe to venture into, but without knowing its true nature, I simply cannot take the risk. It is also difficult to say what would happen were I to reopen the fissure now, but it is highly probable that the result would be disastrous. My hopes here have been dashed again. The latest ink formulation has proven to be yet another in a long list of failures. Frustrating to expend so much effort constructing a linking book only to end up destroying it when it refuses to function. Too often has this lab grown uncomfortably warm by the flames of these never-ending disappointments. Without my reference library back in Dunny, a proper orthodox linking book may be simply beyond my means, but I simply cannot burn another book. There must be another way. You can't just learn how to write properly. You have to have references. Again, you suck. Pins of late? Late last night, while pondering these something attacks, I went to Pins of Fate. Pins of Fate. Okay. Late last night, while pondering these attacks, I went to light my pipe. The fire marble got away from me. However, rolled across the gateway image of the open book before me. Oh, this is how he's figuring out that fire marbles will give him power for the books. Okay. If the consequence of this had not been repeatable, I would not have believed my eyes, as the marble felt or left a faint yet definite trail of something clearly in its wake. The change did not last long, but it was unmistakable. If I could find a way to boost the energy output of my fire marbles, it might be possible to suggest or to suppress the variance enough to facilitate a stable link. But how? Increased clarity. Okay. A spatial anomaly occurred yesterday, about 5 spans above the mouth shore of Temple Island. A breach of stars seemingly identical to the breach beneath the fissure. It began as a small cloud-like hull, which then commenced to expand in random surges. With some effort, I was finally able to contain it with something plates, similar to the ones I had devised for the fissure. I believe it will hold, but the appearance of a new rift is troubling. Runic plates. Yeah, okay. Like the ones we saw on the fissure. And yet, it also felt to me the most it also filled me with the most uncanny feeling that something fundamental had shifted in my favor. I believe it may be time to give this inexplicable mystery a second look. I have erected a small dome, a something airlock mounted upon a contained breach. This has allowed me to safely conduct tentative forays into the expanse without subjugating Riven to further invasion. Pressurized. A pressurized airlock. Okay. If there's a fabric reality, yeah, this is good for me. Nothing can absolutely be going wrong. This can only benefit me. Erasing the span without subjugating Riven to further invasion and the destruction that would certainly attend it. This is baffling by. This is a baffling, impenetrable space, yet surprisingly more accommodating than my initial observations had led me to believe. Breathing is indeed possible within it. Well, I'm glad, considering I was already inside of it. Yet I cannot say that it is respiration as I am used to it. Rather, as nonsensical as this is going to sound, it feels at times as if the expanse was breathing me, and in the process imbuing me with a sense of endless possibility. Well, that's weird. At that, the breakthrough I was hoping for. After my first full day of experiments in the expanse, I was astonished to discover that the fire marbles in my coat pocket had come to Florence. A quick strike test confirmed that their energy levels had increased significantly, and their change had lasted longer than I would have thought possible. In a clear act of divine providence, the expanse has given me the final piece of the puzzle, an apparently boundless energy source that should be more than sufficient to. Whoops, we're on an ad break now. That should be more than sufficient to. That's about my linking book, but I must work quickly. 2 more breaches have occurred in the interim, each one more aggressive and difficult to contain than the last. Time, I fear, is running out. The breach is now number 5, a sure sign that I am on the right path. I have connected the domes on each of them via nexuses to pathways within the expanse, which will also serve as a inter-island shortcut as I continue my work on my enhanced fire marble complex. The loss of 2 more men yesterday made it clear that the full spectrum of energy is too great for even my faint fire marbles to contain. So I've decided to break it up into 5 discrete frequency ranges, which will later be recombined for application to the book. I have installed 5 charging stations within the expanse, each one calibrated to imbue a blank fire marble with a separate band of the total energy needed. A pneumatic tube system will then convey the charged fire marbles to the Great Gold Dome on Riven for the recombination. Freedom is nearly within my grasp. The problem with how to return to Riven has been settled. Reckon has proven his usefulness over the years. Reckon? Is that a new name? At times, nearly rivaling my own engineering prowess, he and his team will have the honor of being the first to link to the new age, bringing with them the necessary materials to build a vastly simplified version of the book apparatus, which I have personally designed. If they do not return within a reasonable amount of time, I will revise my design and send additional men until they get it right. Okay, so he's just sacrificing people, trying to make sure it's working. Okay. Should they founder, however, I am prepared to sacrifice Every last man on Riven to contribute to continue the effort. This cannot fail. Hello, everyone. Welcome back from the ad break. So, is Reckon a new name? Reken. Is that the name of his builder disciple? Yeah. Wow. Lol. He's just gonna straight up sacrifice everyone. So until he gets this right. That tells you right there what kind of name, or what kind of name, what kind of guy Ghen is. And yes, that is a new name. Okay. Cool. Yep, even the villagers. That's what it sounds like. At long last, a viable loop has been established. After an eternity of toil and sacrifice, something. Oh, dude. It literally if they added more, it literally took me like an hour to read Catherine's journal in the previous version of this game. I'm honestly kind of dreading Catherine's journal now. After an eternity of toil and sacrifice, an unconsiderable presumption of the ages that I might have fathered, I have finally linked to the new age. 233rd? Is that what this is? So this would be 9, but it's 9 times. It'll be 225 plus the 8. Wait, whoops. Yeah, so 233. Yep, that is 233. The 233rd age. Thank you. I do need to hydrate. Oh. Oh. Oh, that water tastes good. It is a bleak and graven world, particularly suited for my purposes. By closely comparing the real with the written, I believe I will soon be able to create a more appropriate age from which to relaunch my mission. For now, however, I will move my office and living quarters there so that I may safely continue my endeavors without distraction. And then here's a quick, ooh, what is this? That looks, I'm actually going to take a screenshot of that because that looks like it could potentially be a clue for something. Right here. Although it is but a stepping stone, the 233rd age is an utter triumph to think that I have accomplished in a matter of years. Under extremely adverse conditions. What it took my dunny ancestors centuries to achieve. I caught one of my associates stumbling through his journal today. He will certainly never do it again. Uh-oh. He will never do it again. I'm never gonna get tired of that joke. But I'm glad I chose to write this in a language that these people cannot decipher. No, I'm pretty sure destroying a book just destroys access to the age. Because there can be multiple copies of a book. So if you destroy a book, you wouldn't just outright destroy the age. I'm pretty sure it just destroys access to it. Perhaps it's time I reviewed security measures with each guild master. No problems expected with the builders, maintainers, and surveyors. Maintainers. That's what the... Okay. I thought it was like an army, but no, they're called the maintainers, which they're maintaining security, I guess. But the bookmakers and the educators may need a bit more motivation. That part of reading journal was in the original game, but he will certainly never do it again. It destroys a link, which if the descriptive book is destroyed, the link will forever be gone. It cannot be re-established. Wait, hold on. What do you mean by descriptive book? Wait, so is there like a singular book that is like the actual descriptive book of the age and is like the core book, and then you can make like other books that like are essentially like substitutes for the real thing that still link to the correct age? I never knew that. Okay. Interesting. Okay, okay. More reports of spirit sightings. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels, or the Black Moiety, as the villagers stubbornly insist on referring to them, have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics, renewing their campaign to intimidate the weak-minded into joining them by preying upon their cultural superstitions. I suppose I should be concerned by this, but it strikes me as almost laughable. If the rebels wish to dilute their ranks with dimwits, then who am I to stop them? That does say dimwits, right? The books I read in Myst are the descriptive books. Gotcha. Okay, okay. It's why Atrus himself cannot go to Riven to find Catherine. Gotcha. Chemical analysis of one of the rebel knives has yielded curious results. The material contains elements that are unlike anything I've encountered on the islands. It appears the rebels have access to a resource that I am unaware of, perhaps a mine or an enchanted island? Most of these knives have been found on the south side of the village, the same region that reports of people mysteriously disappearing have come from. I think a closer inspection of this area is warranted. Oh, Uncharted Island, thank you. The fact that the rebels deliberately leave the distinctive knives as a sign of their presence is concerning. They're growing bolder, as if they no longer feel as if they no longer fear discovery of their hideout. Recent measurements indicate that the movement of the islands has slowed dramatically. My previous estimates predicted a total collapse in approximately 3 months, but with the new figures, I am no longer certain. I have merely finished writing the... that would be... ...234th age. I have... wait. Oh, so he's writing the 234th age on the 233rd age. Yeah, I know. I am extremely dyslexic. Okay. And have every confidence it will be a safe place to relocate to, but it would still be useful to know what has caused the sudden halt in Riven's breakup. Atrus writing, your sun is preventing your age from falling apart as fast as it actually is supposed to. I don't necessarily know if his penmanship is poor, more as I just have trouble reading cursive. It is possible that the age is stable after all. If so, I must... or after all. If so, I must discover how it differs from... 223rd, which has already shown troubling signs of decay, though further tests are needed, and yet... there is something about this that gives me pause. Could it be that someone is attempting to repair the damage to the 5th age at its source? I cannot help but think that the hand of Atrus is behind this somehow. You think right. Okay. And that is Ghen's journal. Water. Ah. I wonder if you being native German actually helps you read the cursive English. Oh, I'm drinking that water good. Oh, wow. My mouth was extremely dry after that.